Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host, Nathan P. Butler, and happy The Last Jedi on home video in the US Day, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is March 27th, and we are going to be taking a look here at the various US releases of The Last Jedi on home video. Yes, we'll look at some UK ones later on. We'll look at least one from Japan and probably some others over time. We're focusing this time on the US releases that all came out today. At some point, maybe at the end of this, if there is time, I'll give you a sense of the harrowing journey of actually getting all of these. It's not been a great day for that, and it's been a pretty crappy time for some damaged packages, especially for those who ordered some stuff from Disney Store. Pretty much everybody having the same experience, or so it seems. But we will get to that, time permitting. We'll take a look here at what we have for The Last Jedi. Now, this is a big deal, because this is the very first time that we are seeing a Star Wars film released in the US in 4K. Okay? 4K is Ultra HD. It is the next step beyond high definition. It is a new type of higher definition screen that also allows for what's referred to as HDR, High Dynamic Range, which essentially means brighter brights, darker darks, and more gradients in between. It is not as big a step beyond Blu-ray as, say, Blu-ray was over DVD. So, this time, we're getting a Star Wars film in 4K, which is awesome. On the other hand, something that was really awesome that we started to get on the American market for Star Wars films a couple of films ago is now gone. Yes, for The Force Awakens, we got an original release, but a few months later, we got the 3D Collector's Edition. Not great that we had to buy it again, but we got a Star Wars film on Blu-ray 3D media, which was fantastic to finally see happen. We know that Phantom Menace exists in 3D. It was out in theaters. We know that Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith were as well, not in theaters, but at conventions. They exist. Never released on home video, but that was 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. Walt Disney Home Video actually jumped into it and gave us a 3D version of The Force Awakens, as it had been released in 3D in theaters. With Rogue One, we got a 3D release also, but you can see they were starting to scale it back, at least in the US, because it was only as retailer exclusives at Target and Best Buy. Otherwise, no 3D release. You go to the UK, there's a broad 3D release that you can get pretty much anywhere. Now, we've continued that step backwards. Whereas the UK and some other regions are still getting wide 3D releases, and thank the maker, they are all region discs, ABC, so you can import it into the US and watch it here in 3D. The US market has zero this time. Not a single Blu-ray 3D release of The Last Jedi at all. Kind of sucks. In fact, really sucks for those of us who are really big on 3D at home. Then at least we can import it. And this isn't something that's just restricted to Star Wars stuff. They started doing it with the Marvel films too. You could get the Marvel films for a while there, all in 3D, or at least most of them in 3D once they finally started putting them in 3D. And sure enough, Thor Ragnarok, no 3D release unless you import it from elsewhere. So if you want a 3D copy, I would suggest jump on Amazon.co.uk, order yourself a 3D copy, and just have it shipped into the United States, assuming you are one of my many viewers in the U.S. I think most are in the U.S., though we do have some outside, and hopefully your area is a little more open-minded to 3D than we are. But now, at least we've got 4K. We lose 3D, we get 4K. So we went from one letter number combination to the other. But let's start out with the absolute most basic form of home video release on physical media for The Last Jedi. That is the DVD-only version. And unlike most of the time, instead of saying just DVD at the top, it actually says DVD only. I've never seen that before. I call it the DVD-only release. In the book, I put DVD-only, but I don't think I've seen it say DVD-only at the top. But we have our normal cover art that we're going to see a lot for The Last Jedi. Star Wars The Last Jedi. No other text here or anything. No slipcover, you'll notice. This side, we have the DVD logo up at the top. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Down here, we have little teeny tiny Rey. Lucasfilm logo and product number. On the back, images from the film. Barcode with product numbers up at the top. Knockout, fun surprises, marvelous adventure, and shocking revelations. Then a very small description there. underneath, telling us it's a widescreen DVD, telling us that we have English, Spanish, and French. We have English descriptive audio also, subtitles in English, Spanish, and French for film content, at least. But no commentary or anything on this. Cast crew information, all of our, logos like NTSC and whatnot. Yes, this is a DVD, so it is region-specific. It's Region 1. Then we have our rating down there, and legalese and whatnot. Open it up. We have ourselves our Star Wars The Last Jedi Movie Rewards points for Disney Movie Rewards. But again, as we're used to with the DVDs, it is a code to give you points, not to give you a digital copy. And yes, I've already redeemed this one. BB-8 there, the back telling us about Disney Movie Rewards. Then we have the film disc, kind of stark there, right? But we have our Battle of Crate, right? With the ski speeders charging towards the various walkers coming towards them. Star Wars The Last Jedi, DVD video, Lucasfilm logo, rating, Dolby Digital, Region 1, NTSC, feature runtime, for technical assistance, blah, 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 and legalese around the edges. Now, this is an interesting one because they actually didn't initially announce that this was even going to exist. I only knew for sure it would exist because we had pre-ordered immediately as soon as it was available through Disney Movie Club to get ourselves a copy of this. More on Disney Movie Club in a moment. Let's jump to the other extreme this time, and let's take a look at that 4K release. This, in the US, is your regular 4K release. Now, I say regular because if you look at the bottom, it calls it the Ultimate Collector's Edition. Okay, I mean, it's the 4K version. Not sure what makes it a collector's edition, other than the fact that it's the first time we got a Star Wars film in 4K, but alright, sure, why not? So, Last Jedi, Ultimate Collector's Edition. This just has a sticker still on it. Over 2 hours of bonus. Not bonus feature, just bonus. Including deleted scenes, full-length documentary, and more. Movies Anywhere. Unlock your digital movie today. And I would suggest that you do that through Disney Movies Anywhere because then it'll link to all of your other accounts elsewhere. And Disney Movies Anywhere on their digital copy, but only Disney Movies Anywhere, and only digital, has a score-only version where you can listen to just the music for the film with nothing else, which is a pretty cool extra there if you love John Williams music. Similar art there, just given a gold border around it. Ultimate Collector's Edition. This is now the style that Disney is doing here, so we have our little swoosh here that says Plays Anywhere, Movies Anywhere, Computer, Smartphone, TV, Tablet. A little bit of embossing to the image. Then up here in the gold, 4K Ultra HD, plus Blu-ray, plus digital. And then this is our typical symbol for it, since we're seeing it for the first time here for Star Wars, 4K Ultra HD, telling us the disc type here. Then Ultra HD Blu-ray, that's the name of the format right there. Star Wars The Last Jedi, little Luke, little product number, then Lucasfilm logo, as opposed to the other way around on the DVD. Other side, essentially the same, with the exception of the fact that this has Rey instead of Luke there. So, who is the Last Jedi? Is it Rey? Is it Luke? We don't know about the spines! Then on the back, digital movie included. Watch anywhere with the Movies Anywhere app. Download or stream. I think that was kind of self-explanatory, wasn't it? Watch anywhere with Movies Anywhere. Yeah. And then you have the logo there. Our characters over the top. Scene from the battle. Same quote here. Then our features noted. Bear in mind, the 4K disc is just the 4K film. 4K movie discs usually don't have much in the way of bonus features on them. If there's bonus features advertised, they're almost always on the Blu-ray that comes with the 4K release, which is the case this time as well. So we have our information there, 4K resolution, high dynamic range, which is awesome. Dolby Vision in the US, which is a popular high-end version of HDR, if your TV is capable of that, rather than regular versions of HDR like HDR10. Wider color spectrum, immersive audio, Dolby Atmos, so Dolby Atmos soundtrack, which is one of the top, if not the top, audio format these days, or audio mastering. For the complete 4K experience, you'll need 4K Ultra HD TV with high dynamic range, Ultra HD Blu-ray player. If you don't have an Ultra HD player yet, I would suggest an Xbox One S or Xbox One S. Prices are somewhat comparable, and you get a game system out of it, though I'm more of a PlayStation guy myself. But we're using an Xbox One S attached to a Sony, ironically, a Sony 4K TV ourselves. We're using a 49-inch at this point. Then the Blu-ray tells us about the bonus features on it, so you can tell that the Blu-ray is the bonus features, not the 4K. Instantly stream or download on digital with iTunes. Okay, codes are not for sale or transfer. I guarantee I'm going to give some of these codes away to friends because you won't let us redeem multiple for multiple sets of reward points. And I bought a ton of copies, so whatever. Then your stats down at the bottom telling us that we've got English, Spanish, descriptive audio. We've got, French as well on the Blu-ray, and so on, pretty much similar language options. We'll look at more language options when they change, when we look at some of the foreign releases. And then our runtime and everything, legalese, rating, down at the bottom. Take our slipcover off. What is underneath is pretty much the same, minus that sticker, of course. Just a shifting of where the barcode is and the shrinking down of the faces up there to kind of make room for the barcode and all. Similar spine, choosing the Ray version of the spine. Pop that sucker open, as I always say, and we have ourselves our digital code. Yes, I've redeemed this one. Star Wars: The Last Jedi up at the top. Your digital movie is waiting for you, and here's your code. Tells you how to use it. And then you flip it around. More about Movies Anywhere itself and the whole issue. Kind of see it there where they got the different, hexagons? Yeah, the different hexagons kind of connected together there, showing the idea of synchronizing between the different versions. And then inside, disc-wise, this is our 4K release here. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Rey with the lightsaber right before she does the thing where she cuts the rock. Feature running time, Lucasfilm logo, 4K Ultra HD, for technical assistance, blah, blah, blah. Rating, Dolby Atmos, region ABC, so all region. Dolby, one's Dolby Digital, that's Dolby Atmos. Ultra HD Blu-ray, legalese, going around the edges. I have to say, I really dig the 4K transfer. There's a few instances of some kind of soft focus moments that detract from it a little bit, but by and large, if you have a 4K setup, you are going to find this a decent upgrade beyond just watching on Blu-ray, which is nice. It's nice to see that getting something in 4K actually feels like 4K. Every once in a while, you'll get a disc or a transfer that's not nearly as good, but this is fairly solid. And it's Dolby Vision for those who have Dolby Vision. I don't, but for those who do, it's the first time we're getting a Star Wars film with Dolby Vision. I believe it's the first Disney release with Dolby Vision, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have, of course, our bonus disc. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, bonus symbol with the Blu-ray symbol over there, Dolby Digital, region ABC, Lucasfilm, for technical assistance, blah, blah, blah. We have our legalese there, and Rian Johnson there, talking with C-3PO. Anthony Daniels, right? C-3PO. But sir, the odds of making this film without pissing off fans are 500 bajillion! Shut up! 2-1. And then we have the film itself. Got that shot there of Kylo looking out at the troops, right before another of those visions, or shared experiences, whatever you want to call them. Blu-ray disc, Lucasfilm, feature runtime, rating, Dolby Digital, region ABC, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, for technical assistance, legalese, around the edges. This does have an audio commentary on it. As for the special features on this, before we move on to the next version that we're looking at, we have the feature-length documentary, The Director and the Jedi, the smaller featurette, Balance of the Force. We have scene breakdowns. Those include Lighting the Spark, Creating the Space Battle, which is one featurette, it's a title and subtitle there, Snoke and Mirrors, oh so clever, and Showdown on Crate. We have Andy Serkis live, one night only, looking at his actual performance. And then aside from just a little info thing with kind of a, hey, you know, those opinions expressed, blah, blah, blah kind of stuff, we also have 14 deleted scenes, some of which have commentary, or actually all of which have commentary. You get to choose whether you watch with or without the commentary, which is cool. I like it whenever you're able to actually do something like that, as opposed to having it either forced upon you or not available at all. You have an introduction for it from Rian Johnson. You have an alternate opening, the deleted scene Page's Gun Jams. Luke has a moment. Poe, not much of a sewer. It's kind of weird that you recorded that. Yes, that's the name of it, though they could be talking to me half the time. The Caretaker sizes up Rey. Caretaker Village sequence. Extended Fathier Chase. God, there was a longer version of that. Mega Destroyer Incursion extended version. Rose bites the hand that taunts her. Phasma squealed like a whooped hog. Okay, I'd say whooped maybe, but whatever. Rose and Finn go to where they belong, Rey and Chewie and the Falcon, and the costumes and creatures of Canto Bight. Now, if you're not quite ready for 4K yet, you don't have a 4K TV, and you're not going to pay a little bit extra to get a disc for something that you're not going to be able to use yet, you can just pick up a regular Blu-ray release. But again, we saw a difference this time. The regular Blu-ray release for The Last Jedi does not include a DVD copy. In the US, we're used to it being Blu-ray, DVD, digital. And in the case of 4K, usually it's 4K, Blu-ray, digital. But this time it's just Blu-ray digital. No DVD copy at all in the so-called multi-screen edition. Not very multi if it's just a DVD and digital, but I guess 2 counts as multi. Not a fan of that choice of title there. But this is our regular multi-screen edition. All these fancy names for stuff that's pretty basic here. Silver this time instead of gold. Blu-ray plus digital multi-screen edition. Same art there, of course. Title. Same kind of thing here for Movies Anywhere down there at the bottom. It says Movies Anywhere, not Disney Movies Anywhere, what it changed into. Similar spine, this time with the Blu-ray logo. Blu-ray, Star Wars The Last Jedi. There's Rey. There's the product number in Lucasfilm. Flip it over. This time, Rey also on this side as well, so it's not alternating between the two. Okay. Back. Quite different looking. Disney movie included. Blah, blah, blah. Similar Blu-ray bonus features. Here's the bonus features. Same quote. Little description again. Then our characters down here this time. Instantly stream, blah, blah, blah. Same thing as before with about iTunes. Stats, legalese, rating, and so forth down at the bottom. It is a regular Blu-ray case, a blue one on the inside, not black like with The Force Awakens. A similar front here. Similar spine. Similar back. Again, with any adjustment for the barcode. And when you open it up, aside from your digital code slip, you're going to see just 2 discs. The Blu-ray of the film, and the Blu-ray of the bonus features, both of which are included in the 4K copy, along with digital. So really, if you're going to buy the Blu-ray copy, the regular multi-screen edition that doesn't have a DVD anyway, you might as well buy the 4K version, because at least that way you've got the 4K disc on top of this for about a $5 upcharge, so that later when you have a 4K TV and player, then you could use it. But wait, there's more. And there's actually one that we didn't know was coming. Turns out that Disney Movie Club had an exclusive that was never announced as an exclusive, or promoted really as an exclusive, that kind of slipped right on by us for the most part. I didn't know about it till it showed up in the mail for me yesterday. I just assumed that the information from when we ordered it so long ago came from the fact that, well, back then they thought it was going to be Blu-ray DVD in the multi-screen edition. Turns out that it wasn't. So it's just the Blu-ray version that's coming, Blu-ray and digital. It just happened to say Blu-ray DVD back then. Turns out, no. If you order the Blu-ray, or the regular version, supposedly, the multi-screen edition from Disney Movie Club, you actually get this, which is indeed a variant. You have a similar front, back. I mean, there's little to tell you that there's anything different about this. It seems to mirror the one we just looked at, but notice at the top. Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital. Yes, there is a multi-format edition, or a multi-screen edition, that actually includes DVD. But it's only available, at least in this look with this slipcover, through Disney Movie Club for its members. Now, take the slipcover off and look at it around. I mean, essentially the same thing. The difference being that when you actually open it up and start looking inside, when you pull off your Blu-ray, there we go, didn't want to break it, underneath is the DVD copy. So yes, if someone says, wait a second, I've got a multi-screen edition and it's got a DVD in it. Yes, they exist. Yes, they do. But in the US, it was only from Disney Movie Club, or somebody's taken the Walmart one out of its packaging, as we're going to see. So just bear that in mind. There is a DVD in a multi-screen edition, but it's not the regular one. If you go to a regular store to pick up the multi-screen edition, it's only multi in that it's got digital and Blu-ray. Not very multi to me. Now, you could have gotten the DVD-only version, that 4K version, or the latter of the 2 multi-screen edition we just looked at, the one that's got DVD in it, through Disney Movie Club. And if you had put that in as an order through Disney Movie Club and checked a little box underneath it when you put in your order, you would have gotten one of these. This is a mini lithograph. It always says The same thing on the back, basically. Disney's lithograph collection is commissioned exclusively for the Disney Movie Club. Each lithograph is part of a collectible series and available for a limited time only. Disney Movie Club on the little flap. Right there. And you've got your actual mini lithograph on the inside with Disney Movie Club on the corner, and then the film's logo on the other, and in this case a shot of Rey as she's training with the staff with the rocks. However, you could have also ordered that regular multi-screen edition that's just Blu-ray digital with no DVD from the Disney store. And if you go to the store itself when you put in your pre-order, you get yourself a pack of lithographs. If you order it online, they send you a pack of lithographs. And this time, apparently, for almost everyone, in fact, literally everyone I have spoken with who got them through the Disney store online and had them sent to them, they sent them in a way that beat the living shit out of these lithographs. And usually the disc inside. These boxes are showing up like they just went, 10 rounds with Mike Tyson back when he was still boxing, right? They look pretty ugly. Mine came out pretty banged up, but you get this, yeah, see, so corner damage that goes all the way through, a little bit of corner damage here, a little bit of bottom damage of scuffing to the front, the back is all smashed in here, some smashing in over here, but that's happening to everybody with this, apparently. Not a good day. Anyway, so we have our folder here. Similar art, but nice and spaced out, so we got the nice wide version of this. Star Wars The Last Jedi. The back is just a star field with your UPC symbol down there. You open it. Whoa! And you got your battle scene. And the folder that is holding your lithographs. The battle scene just keeps going up to the sky there on the other side. And your lithographs, all with that little symbol down here in the corner, says Disney Store 2018, exclusive commemorative lithograph. We have Finn Phasma. We have Rey, Chewie and the Porg, and Kylo Ren still wearing that ridiculous mask, right? He's just a child in a mosque. Again, I don't understand why Snoke is anti-Muslim, but whatever. So, big lithographs, Disney Store. Expect him to be beat all to hell coming in the mail, or coming through UPS in this particular case. Disney Movie Club, mini lithograph, and the opportunity to get the multi-screen edition that has DVD with it. I will say, when I did the order through Disney Store online, the only option that was available was the Blu-ray digital one. You couldn't get the 4K one, but that may have just been a temporary thing. Now, if you're looking for store exclusives in the US, you can start by going to Walmart. Walmart's would look sort of like this when it's sitting there on the rack, at least the one that I ran into did, which doesn't look all that special. You take off your little cardboard piece here that basically mirrors the back of the other ones that we have seen. You got kind of just a blank back here and this weird thing going on in the front with the overlapping logos and stuff. I'll show you why in a second. The spine is just Lucasfilm logos, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Blu-ray. I believe this is PET as far as the material goes. You take off your little slipcover here, and as the slipcover itself has Star Wars The Last Jedi, has a logo there. Underneath is, holy crap, it is the same multi-screen edition as from the Disney Movie Club. Blu-ray, DVD, digital. Okay? Same contents on the inside, same packaging even. Okay? Nothing surprising there. So if someone tries to sell you one that has no cover on it, and it has Blu-ray, DVD, digital, yes, it's real, could have come from Walmart without the cover on it, could have come from Disney Movie Club. But with this, you have these little cards. Rey, Kylo, Luke, Leia, Poe, and then Finn. Almost forgot about Finn. Okay? This is kind of like what we got back at Target for Rogue One. You take your film and your cards, and you stick them inside the slipcover very carefully, and you get this cool kind of look to it with whatever character you chose. But it's thinner than the one that we got with Rogue One from Target because it doesn't fold out. It's not all cardboard or anything. It's basically a regular case that happens to have these cards in front of it, filling out the width of this here with this simpler, I think, nicer looking cover. This is one of my favorite cover looks for the film. But the back still just looks the same, because that's built into the slipcover here. Okay. So Walmart, Blu-ray DVD digital, 6 art cards to change out the look of your packaging with the thing inside it that basically looks like the Disney Movie Club multi-screen edition. Notice there that that's only available, though, for Blu-ray DVD digital. There's no 4K variant. You want another store exclusive, you could go to Target, another place with a Blu-ray exclusive, but no 4K variant. Looks like this on the shelves. You take off your little cardboard piece there, right? And there's your actual item. Exclusive different cover art, okay, different poses and such. The side, Lucasfilm, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and then Blu-ray logo at the bottom. Same on the other side. The back, BB-8, Legalese, Lucasfilm logo. Pull off your slipcover here. And this one will fold out. Rey, nothing. Kylo, open. Leia, Luke. This side holds some stuff we'll look at. This side continues to fold out, and there are our discs. And you'll notice there, wait a second, there's 4 discs here. What is this thing underneath the DVD? I must see it. Well, remember, Target usually has an extra featurette. And in the case of The Force Awakens, it was digital. In the case of Rogue One, it was on a separate little DVD. This time, they went with the Rogue One approach, and our special Meet the Porgs featurette is actually on a separate little DVD here that says Star Wars The Last Jedi, DVD symbol and exclusive bonus content on the left, Lucasfilm logo, Dolby Digital, Region 1, NTSC on the right, for technical assistance at the bottom, legalese around the edges. I would note here, though, that Meet the Porgs featurette is basically 6 minutes long. It's the only thing on the DVD. Thankfully, it does take up the full screen. It's anamorphic. But that's all that's on it. There's not even a menu on the disc. You just pop it in, it plays a featurette, you're done. Done. Very simple. Okay. What is inside that little flap, though, is this. It is Star Wars The Last Jedi gallery book. You have Rey there with the title. Kylo on the back with a little bit of legalese on where it was printed. Nothing on the spine. Okay, and this is a kind of heavy cardstock cover sort of thing here. But it's concept art, shots from the film, and stuff like that. Aside from the fact that it's got some really, really heavy cover stock here, reminds me a lot of what we saw with those Blue Fans releases coming out of China. And, of course, you got your digital copy code in that one as well. Let's say you wanted yet another Blu-ray DVD digital exclusive from a store in the U.S. You could have gone to Best Buy as well, which is sort of the third of the trilogy, so to speak, or trinity, so to speak, of the U.S. exclusive locations, at least so far with Walt Disney Home Video Star Wars film releases. You could have gone and gotten this, if you were lucky, right? We have our cardboard flap, again telling you what it is. Same thing on the back as we're used to. This is our steelbook. This is the WWA Worldwide Art Steelbook for the film. We have our different art here. Just the title on the cover. The spine. We have Lucasfilm, Star Wars The Last Jedi, Blu-ray down at the bottom. The back. Pretty cool, right? We're going to see some similar art to this when we look at the UK soon. You open it up. You got your digital copy code. And this, again, is Blu-ray DVD digital. So no 4K in this one. This is the one that sold out like mad. Most Best Buys, at least as of today, the day that it's being released, you can go into a Best Buy and there's tons of steelbooks for the 4K version. The Blu-ray DVD digital version, almost nowhere to be found. Put it this way, in my case, what wound up happening, I want to tell you about the trials and travails maybe later, but maybe it's a separate video. But in my case, what wound up happening was that I put in pre-orders online for the 4K version accidentally twice, but also for the Blu-ray version. Blu-ray and 4K were on the same one, same order. And then I went in, as soon as you were able to change it to store pickup, and turned it to store pickup. Except you couldn't turn the Blu-ray one to store pickup. What the hell? I ordered these back in January. Can I not change that one to store pickup? Well, I have to wait for that in the mail? Well, apparently you'll have to wait for that in the mail. Then it comes to today, the day of release. people who ordered like 3 weeks ago are getting their copies from Best Buy yesterday, the day before release, showing up in the mail. To be fair, my Disney Movie Club ones arrived a day early. But instead I get a text message saying, yeah, by the way, you know that pre-order you put in effing January? It's been indefinitely delayed. You may never even get the thing. Sorry, our bad. So sad, too bad you trusted us with a pre-order. Thankfully, I was able to very quickly get on my phone before the local Best Buy opened in Peachtree City, Georgia, and basically pull up the product and do a store pickup order right then to make sure to get a copy of it that they could pull from their stock before they opened. I took my wife to work. I got there at 11 o'clock, an hour after they opened. They had already been bombarded by people coming in. All the ones they had on the shelf for the Blu-ray version were gone already. They'd already had like 10 people, they said, show up to pick up store pickups for the Blu-ray version, and they were about gone. They were gone, except for the ones that were sitting there for store pickup. There was a guy who came in right before me who was pissed, looking around at all these 4K steelbooks, not a single Blu-ray one in sight. Saying, I guess I gotta order online now if I'm gonna have a chance to get it. And my response was almost, yeah, good frickin' luck with that. You must have to do it on the day and do a store pickup as your online order, because if you pre-order the thing online, there is no guarantee you'll actually get it. My faith in both Best Buy online pre-ordering and in PlayStation Video have both pretty much been shattered. And of Disney Movie Store's shipping method have pretty much been shattered by The Last Jedi release. But, yeah, anyway, I digress. But, nice looking steelbook here, if you can find it, for Blu-ray, DVD digital at Best Buy. Your other option, your more common option coming from Best Buy, but they might have still in stock, is the 4K version, noted here by the black top instead of red. Same kind of sheet here, same back basically as what we saw with the 4K slipcover. The steelbook itself is actually the exact same thing, right down to the fact that it says Blu-ray at the bottom, not 4K Ultra HD. Like, you would never know just looking at the steelbook which version it is. That tends to be the norm. You open it up, you got your slip there for your digital copy. You've got your 4K copy, the Blu-ray, and bonus Blu-ray on the other side. So your choice basically being Blu-ray DVD digital or 4K Blu-ray digital at Best Buy, which tends to be the norm. Usually, in the US at least, if you have a version that's the primary one you're buying, it includes the previous gen version plus digital, but that's not the norm in many other parts of the world. And then, of course, today we also had these. And you're like, the hell is that? I thought I knew what they all were. Oh, it's okay. StarWars.com released a set of 4 different PDFs to download with different alternate covers you could insert that were based on Black Series action figures and Legos. Just to show you here, I just printed them out and stuck them in a used cover. I'm not going to go too much in depth because, I mean, you can just download the PDF. But they'll look nice as kind of a weird thing that StarWars.com did for the movie. Works for me. A little weird. This is the Lego one. But okay to put on the shelves. So, if you are someone who's looking for The Last Jedi on home video and you want physical media, you have a lot of options to choose from as usual. If you want 4K, it's the Ultimate Collector's Edition, that's just the regular one, or you're getting a 4K Steelbook from Best Buy, which at least for right now is still fairly easy to do. If you want a Blu-ray digital DVD pack that does have the DVD in it, you're going to need it from Disney Movie Club, or get one of the exclusives from Walmart, Target, or the Steelbook from Best Buy if you can get your hands on it still. If you just want Blu-ray and digital, you can get the multi-screen edition that is anywhere. If you just want DVD, you can get just the DVD version that you can find anywhere. If you want the 3D version, import it from somewhere else. There isn't one over here. And when you get your digital code, again, I would suggest use it on Movies Anywhere, link your accounts, synchronize it everywhere so it's on all your, or most of your different platforms, and give that cool little extra feature there with the score-only version a try. It is definitely worth checking out. As for my other travails, for those who are curious, my multi-screen edition from Disney Movie Club arrived with a slit in it from a box cutter or something that went through the main slipcover went through the plastic underneath, the paper underneath, and the plastic underneath that, the actual blue cover. So that is, I've got a replacement coming for that. I got 2 of the mini lithographs instead of 3 because at the time that we ordered one of our pre-orders, the little thing wasn't loading that would let you get the mini. So we're just going to have another mini sent with the replacement one, which is fine, I guess. I felt really bad for the guy at Best Buy. The local Walmart seems to have only gotten their exclusive and none of the other versions, so no 4K or anything at that particular Walmart, at least not as of last night at midnight when I went. Target was okay. And then, of course, as I go through the day, I eventually get my UPS thing delivered, the last thing I needed to be able to do this episode, only to find my lithographs and my Blu-ray digital multi-screen edition from Disney Store beating all the shit like pretty much everybody else is seeing happen. Prior to that, I had gotten a pre-order through PlayStation Video because I knew that I was going to be getting all kinds of codes for Disney or for Movies Anywhere, so it's not like I needed, to get them on that platform. So I might as well, if I want to watch it on the day it comes out digitally, grab it on a platform that I'm not otherwise going to have it on. So I'm, not just wasting one of my many codes. I'll get it on PlayStation Video. Except when you pre-ordered it at the time, you would get a theme, which was cool, and little avatars, which is cool for PlayStation 4. Except what you don't get is the damn extras. Because they don't release until the movie comes out. They don't actually have the extras available. And when they do, it's as a separate thing that costs nothing that's only bundled with the film for the same price. So if you pre-ordered to get the pre-order bonuses, screw you, you get none of the actual bonus features that go with the film because you couldn't pre-order the bundle. Yeah, I'm done with PlayStation Video for anything other than the free Powers series that they put out. I'm never buying a movie through PlayStation Video ever again. And unfortunately, given the bullcrap of what happened with me and my pre-order that never or may never come from Best Buy and what happened with Disney Store, I'd love to be able to say, screw you, Disney Store, screw you, Best Buy, when it comes to Star Wars releases. But unfortunately, they have exclusives, and we're basically stuck if you want to collect them all. It's the Pokemon syndrome, right? Gotta collect them all, even if it sucks to do so. So I'm happy to see it on home video. I really enjoyed the film, so I'm going to love watching this thing in 4K. I'm stoked to see it that way. The move to Movies Anywhere is a good move. The move to Blu-ray digital instead of Blu-ray DVD digital is a little disheartening. The lack of 3D is disheartening. So I would say that this isn't a big release day that blew me away, but I also know that my experiences today have left me a little bit on the cranky side. So your mileage will vary. Certainly, you may be more stoked than I am, but I'm just stoked for the 4K release. The rest of them, it's great to have in my collection that I'll be watching in 4K pretty much exclusively, I would imagine. But not before I pop in that bonus DVD and watch all of the nice goodies to be found there. And watch the Blu-ray with the audio commentary. Man, I really wish the bonus content were on the 4K version, but maybe that's a few years to go. With that, I hope that this has given you sort of the broad scope of the U.S. releases to help you make decisions if you are still going out there and trying to find copies for yourself, if you're a collector and you're wanting to make sure that you check them all off the list. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them and point you in the right direction, hopefully. And as I get releases coming in from the UK and Japan and wherever else I wind up grabbing them from, I will be sure to feature them here on From the Star Wars Home Video Library. But we got some other stuff to check out as well, all sitting on the shelves that you just can't quite see. So we have a few episodes that'll be on the way here within the next couple of weeks. With that, though, as I said, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.